Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I have fun on this channel creating content and essentially trying to guide you through this journey. I'm not minimizing what's going on. Please try and understand that I work very hard to provide you information. But what keeps me motivated is essentially providing you with content so that you can plan for a better future, because it's pretty clear that we are being told different versions of the truth. On the one hand, you have Larry Kudlow, the White House economic advisor, saying that, I quote, "The economy is coming back to life, and it's coming back to life like gangbusters." I mean, obviously, it's raining money. Look, there's lots and lots of money. It's raining money, isn't it? It's raining money. Nope, it's not raining money. But as far as Larry Kudlow is concerned, the economy is coming back like gangbusters. But on the other hand, you have the truth, which is the painful, the long, the arduous negotiations between House Speaker Pelosi and US Secretary Mnuchin, which just keep going on and on and on, and they keep dragging on. And it's pretty clear that we are not going to see stimulus before the election. But for me, honestly, I look at this as, like I said, what I call the DC comedy hour. What's going on in Washington, DC is almost comedic right now, especially when we see Uncle Kudlow coming on TV and giving us a rosy picture, a very, nice, rosy, beautiful, magnificent analysis of what the economy looks like. In fact, the White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow was on Fox Business this morning, and he said, and I quote, "There are significant policy differences between both sides," and he said both sides are still talking, which is an encouraging sign as far as the stimulus is concerned. But he did point out that the economy is coming back to life, and it's coming back like gangbusters. Let me know what you think of Kudlow's comments. Let's roll the tape and see what Kudlow had to say.
That is the National Economic Council Director, Larry Kudlow. Larry, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Maria.
Let me ask you first about stimulus, because what President Trump just mentioned is one of the issues at hand and at debate, whether or not we're going to see more money go to some of these cities that are struggling and local economies. House Speaker Pelosi said that the two sides are, quote, close to a deal yesterday, but lots of hang-ups over the state and local funding up in the air, as well as the liability protection. What do you think? Do you think we're going to get a deal before Election Day?
Well, I don't want to predict, but I will say a couple things. There are still significant policy differences between the two sides. So we've bridged some gaps. We're probably closer than we were a week or two back, but still major policy difference. One of them you mentioned, state and local government spending. The president said time and again, and I think you referred to it last night in the terrific debate performance, that he's not going to bail out poorly managed cities, states, and their pension funds. That's not part of this. That has nothing to do with COVID, has nothing to do with getting the economy moving. So that's a powerful point. There are other issues between us. Look, I will say on the positive side, the committee chairman in the House and Senate, Republican chairs in the Senate, Democratic chairs in the House, are talking on the relevant committees, Maria. So you've got that. That's a big plus. Sort of what they call the four corners, the two majority and two minority leaders. There is that. There's certainly a certain. I mean, my view has always been, and I think Secretary Mnuchin and the President agree with this. We want to have certain targeted assistance areas. We have from day one. We continue to have that. Okay, PPP loans to the small businesses. Additional unemployment assistance. There's still too much hardship, although the economy is coming back like gangbusters. We need to help the airlines. We need to help the schools directly on COVID responses and so forth. Those are important targeted areas. There's no reason why we have to have this humongous bill which covers so much ground other than the economy and COVID. In other words, there's an ideological and political debate agenda on the other side. Okay. Yeah. I respect their agenda, Maria, but what I don't respect is, why do we have to jam it through now? We got plenty of time later. Yeah. Why don't we just do the essentials now to give this V-shaped recovery even more power? That's the way it is. So I'm neither optimistic or pessimistic. I'm just reporting to you. That's the latest.
So I debated calling this video Earth to Kudlow or Earth to Uncle Kudlow. It's like, we're on Earth. Uncle Kudlow, are you there? Uncle Kudlow, Come, come home. Come home. You're a human. Well, I thought of doing that, but I'm pretty sure that what the White House economic advisor says is, something we have to take with a grain of salt. And I know you figure that out for yourself. But again, the reason I made this video is it's important to understand the information that's coming out of the administration. Again, I've mentioned this. The previous White House Chief of Staff, Mike Mulvaney, specifically said that the reason they put the White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow on Fox Business is they want the stock market. They do that when they want the stock market to go up. So this is a strategy on the part of the White House to provide some confidence to the stock market, if you will. But again, let's listen to what the White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said in the next segment of this interview that was actually done today on Fox Business. He said there was record low unemployment pre-pandemic, which, by the way, makes me go back to my earlier point, which is to Uncle Kudlow, to Larry. The pre-pandemic world was a different world, Mr. Kudlow. And he said that right now we have plunging unemployment. And what I want to point out to Larry Kudlow is that although unemployment is indeed going down, the most vulnerable amongst us, those in travel, hospitality, entertainment, leisure, they are the ones who are impacted the most. The most vulnerable amongst us are being left behind. This is like a train that is leaving the station. This is a K-shaped recovery. The upper part of the K represents individuals who have more than college, who have a college degree or more, who can do remote jobs, who work in sectors that essentially allow them to work remotely, whereas individuals at the bottom part of the K, again, they work in travel, leisure, hospitality, entertainment. They are the ones who have lost their jobs permanently. I mean, there are individuals in the hotel sector who are part of our viewer and subscriber community who've had their jobs for 30, 40 years, who've lost their jobs. So this is by no means, I quote, plunging unemployment. Many millions of lives are being devastated permanently. The permanent unemployment is actually the most dangerous aspect of this recovery. But Larry Kudlow did say that we're looking at a much better Q3 and Q4. So let's listen to what Larry Kudlow, the White House Chief Economic Advisor, had to say. Let's roll the tape and you can watch for yourself.
So let me ask you about this V-shaped recovery, Larry. Did the president mention the most important parts of this recovery last night? Where do you see the growth spots within this economy today?
Yeah, I wish he had more time on that, but he did his best, particularly at the end. But he did point out, pre-pandemic, how all the unemployment rates cascaded lower, record low unemployment for minority groups, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, women. They're not a minority group anymore, but women had tremendous performance. And he also mentioned the jump in family income over his 3 years, 5 times what Biden Obama had, $6,500, which would evaporate if you end oil and natural gas and you have a socialist healthcare system and high taxes and regulations. So the president did a good job getting that in, particularly towards the end. There just wasn't enough time. Now, look, let's take yesterday, Maria. You had plunging unemployment claims. Continuing unemployment claims down 1 million. Existing housing starts back to 2006. It was so strong. We're looking at big numbers in Q3 and big numbers in Q4.
And in the final segment of this interview, Larry Kudlow reiterated that the fourth quarter is going to be excellent. It's going to be better than the third quarter because the stage is being set for data in the fourth quarter that's going to represent that the economy is indeed bouncing back. And there are signs that the economy is much more resilient than we had thought. But again, in a business is only as strong as its weakest link. Similarly, as a country, we need to be able to help those who are the most vulnerable, because the most vulnerable are the ones who are actually being left behind. And the data shows that. This is not just my subjective opinion. The data shows that. You know that. And I want you to know that I'm on your side. Remember, this is not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. I'm looking at the data. And as a citizen journalist, I'm presenting you, what is the truth on this channel. I'm not going to give you any false hope or any hype because I know you can handle the truth. I actually have that much respect for you, my viewers and subscribers. And he talked about the president not wanting to mandate minimum wage. Because this actually came up in the debate last night. Should there be a $15 an hour federal minimum wage? And the president wants the states to be able to decide that. President Trump, but former Vice President Joe Biden seems to be in favor of a federal minimum wage. But again, the president wants the states to be able to decide that. So he said, Larry Kudlow said, you cannot mandate a federal minimum wage. Let the states decide that, echoing the president's thoughts. And he also said you cannot socialize healthcare. Let's roll the last segment of the interview with White House Senior Economic Advisor Larry Kudlow.
Larry, in the past, when we've spoken over the last couple of months, you were expecting a 20% second half. Are you still looking for bullish numbers? How bullish in terms of growth for the end of this year, Larry?
Well, look, we're going to stay with 20%, although it looks to me like the third quarter is going to be much greater than that. That's what the private forecasters, Atlanta Federal Reserve GDP now. I think the key point here is the fourth quarter. There is so much momentum coming out of Q3. I mentioned yesterday's astonishing continuing unemployment claims, Maria, down 1 million. And by the way, the insured unemployment rate was down to 5.8%. Those are remarkable numbers. The housing story is literally a boom. That's a great leading indicator. The automobile story, another boom. That's a leading indicator. Inventories have to be rebuilt. Consumer spending is very, very strong. And as I say, people going back to work. One of the things I liked last night is President Trump boldly and honestly said, look, you want a $15 minimum wage. That will close down small businesses that cannot afford to pay it right now. Let the states do it, not another federal mandate. So you can't socialize health care and you can't mandate wages around the country.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I appreciate you being a viewer, being a subscriber. Make sure you check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. You can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000, and you'll get added to our SMS alerts list. You can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you'll get added to our email list if there are breaking news and alerts that we want you to know about. You can opt out of the SMS list or the email list at any point in time that you want. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. You'll get exclusive content specifically for Instagram followers, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter also at ignition_time, the same handle as Instagram. You'll get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. Now keep in mind, YouTube does not always release notifications on time. Sometimes they get delayed. That tends to happen with technology. So all you have to do is simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. I would really appreciate it if you can bookmark our channel. This way you can watch any of our videos at any time you want. You're not dependent on the notifications, and you can just visit our channel a couple of times a day or whenever you want. If you learned something new from this video, please consider clicking the like button. Please subscribe, please enable notifications, please ignite that notification button. This way you'll get alerts from YouTube, assuming they come on time, that is. And also, listen, if you learned something new from this video, please comment below. Engage with our growing community. All the links to our resources are in the description section below always. Finally, you can thank us if you share this video with friends and family. That's your vote of confidence in us and all the effort that goes into this channel behind the scenes. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.